What's up, YouTube? My name is DaaXCast, and welcome to my channel. Some of you might have heard of me before. I used to be around back in the day. Clash Royale streamer? Nah. Clash of Clans? Yeah. I'm talking about the old days when YouTube and Twitch weren't united. I was rolling in the Twitch crew with people like Avoid the 9 to 5, Koopa Troopa, Eclipse AIM, Timo, Tiny, Monster D-Face. It was a great community, and these were people who wanted to play legit with no cheating in Clash Clans battles. Kept going, and the YouTubers were kind of caught up at the top tier of the game. The part where Supercell was trying to show off the top gameplay. No fault to them. They either couldn't say anything or didn't really want to because they knew the game would change eventually. I say kudos to people like Chief Pat, people like Molt, people like Galadon. I say kudos to you. We were running it legit in the Twitch game with no cheating, but you held it tight on the other end on YouTube. And now look, everyone's united. So if you look underneath, you see DougPMTG. What's this all about? Well, see, I'm an actor, improviser, musician who's attacking the YouTube, Twitch, and online space market really hard right now. I'm a semi-professional Magic the Gathering card player. I've been to 8 Pro Tours. And Supercell, I gotta say, in between rounds to keep my brain sharp when I'm getting called out to the top 8, I'm playing your game. I'm playing your game. I'm chilling with my crew, and I'm loving it. I gotta say, this is gonna be a bit laggy, but Clash Royale put out a call looking for the best analyst out there. And I think I'm about to bring it to you all. Because you see, my clan Kappa crew, it's just like back in the day with Avoid the 9 to 5. The Kappa crew is a team of people trying to learn, trying to get better. And the best part right now is a lot of our roster contains people who are really good at Magic the Gathering. People who have been to Pro Tours, 1, 2, 3 Pro Tours, 10 Pro Tours, 8 Pro Tours. People who are end bosses in the local circuit for a long time here in Alberta. There's also a lot of people who I don't know who joined the clan over time and they just tried to get better. A lot of people in this clan are free to play or close to, but we've been grinding hard for a year and a half, and I'm ready to show you what we got. Welcome to DaaXCast. Welcome to Kappa Crew. Let's go, YouTube. I'm going to take you into my first 2 games of the day today. It's going to be a little bit choppy, but that's okay. This computer's a bit bogged down, and I'm just going to do my best. And if you like what I have to say, don't worry. I'm moving. I'm going to start a stream. I'm going to get a new computer. The key to this deck is defense in the early game. I don't know what my opponent has. Shipping 4 mana across, it's not that easy to defend. And since he leaked some mana, meaning he didn't spend his mana, his elixir. I'm going to use words like mana and elixir. It's just because I'm a multifaceted gamer. Okay, I'm going to pause right here for a second. I don't know if you saw what just happened right here. But he shot a goblin barrel, and he dropped some fire spirits and a bomber to the back. And for 2 mana, I have a card called Log. It just rolls on up. It killed all the goblins in the back, killed the fire spirits, and I've now learned a lot about his deck. Log is going to be a key component of the rest of this game. There's decks called Log Bait, for those of you who don't know. Getting a log to kill that much value is huge. Log costs 2, and I killed 2 plus 3 plus 3. 2 mana for 8 mana is a 6 mana advantage. So right now I get my princess down and my bats down once his princess is locked on my tower. See, that's a part about this game for you Magic players out there. Is in this game, you're not just playing your cards and you're not just attacking, but you're also having to pay attention to the fact that you might notice up at the top of the screen up there, bottom of the screen down there, that mana is growing by 1 per second. If you look at the time at the top right, minute 50 seconds left. When it hits 1 minute left, we go to double elixir. See, this is a card game, except your mana is growing and growing and growing as you're going and going and going. You have elements like RTS, like StarCraft play. You have elements of metagames and counters. You build an 8-card deck, and if you notice, top of the screen, oh, I'm looking that way. Top of the screen up there, those are the 4 cards currently that player can use. If you see the 5th card, that one at the very edge over there, the second you deploy anything, that one is next in your rotation. It's an 8-card cycle, and you're just trying to keep playing in a way that you are able to get through your cards and apply the maximum pressure and defense. So this first game was dedicated to those who might not understand this game fully. What I just did there, using that log to push that bomber back, deploying some things at the back to defend, it allows me to have more mana than my opponent. If you look at the bottom of the screen, I constantly have more mana than my opponent. I'm doing more damage to my opponent's tower than they're doing to mine. See, in a situation like that, they threw a barrel which cost 3. I spent 4, took no damage. But you might notice, we got that knight still going down the right. On the left, we're jumping in with a miner and bats. He missed his zap. That poison's gonna handle all that. Knight's barreling, he's coming down. Bomber deployed, guess what? Here comes the Log of Doom. Oh, you got goblins in there too? Thanks 8 mana for 2. That's the lesson of game 1. Defense. Good defense turns into good offense. Good offense wins games. This deck's hard to play, and I mess up a lot, but I've been practicing it for a long time. If I was to compare it to a deck, it's harder to play something like Doomsday in Magic. I'm not saying it's as hard as Doomsday, but I'm saying your sequences is crucial. We're going to jump right on into the next game of the day here, and we're going to go a little bit different on this one. We got a few different ways that I can bring my analysis, and this one is just showing early learning. So how this game starts is I'm once again just trying to see what cards my opponent has, and then I have to identify how my cards can interact to deal with it. I hate to say this is a bad matchup for me, and I get rolled at the start. So he spent 4 mana to counter my 3. I already know my opponent's up a mana on me. He plays the Royal Giant, and I know, okay, I've got the Inferno Tower to catch it. But I have to drop this sneaky knight in there to get attacks on the Musketeer behind it, since otherwise the Musketeer is going to shred through my knight and support the Royal Giant. I probably could have timed that better, but I'm pretty happy with that defense, because now, as you notice, I have a knight going back on offense, supported by bats. When he plays the Skeleton Army, I'm thinking, darn it! Okay, we've got Log and Poison, keep that in mind, he has Skeleton Army. That Lumberjack has Rage on his back, and when he drops it, all the rage pools up, making everything attack faster. So part of this game is going to be about making sure that rage doesn't get to my side of the battlefield. Right now, if you look, I'm down on damage and I'm up 1 mana, but we're about to play smart. Send out an Ice Spirit and put the princess down. She gets some splash damage onto the tower, which is good. I now know that she's at least gotten 1 shot off. I get ready for a defense. This knight, by putting him back, he'll walk up to the perfect position I want him to be. I wish I'd put him a little bit to the left so that that bowler's bowling ball wouldn't go back and hit my tower, but if you notice, I take no tower damage. It's all about placing and timing, but it's just thinking ahead, mapping it out, just like Magic the Gathering. This game is rich full of strategy. Now that my opponent's played this last card, I know their deck minus, I think, just the arrows. It's the only card I don't think I know is the arrows. 1 mana to counter 4, I just have to be willing to take a tiny bit of tower damage? Yeah, that's called a mana advantage. Your life is a resource, they say in Magic. Guess what? It applies in Clash Royale as well. I send in a miner to catch this guy, and I know that with the princess shells, he's going to go down, and the tower's also going to take hits. Now that this Royal Giant's out, I put bats to get back to my Inferno Tower, and I drop it. I miss catching the giant, so it's locked onto my tower. I put a little Ice Spirit next to it to stun it so that it retargets the closest building, but I was beaten by that arrows. That's okay. Knight stops the Musketeer. Log catches the long throw goblins. I saw it was a long throw. You can see the trajectory of the barrel going over. So the princess is going to kill all those skeletons, and the bats are going to support. The miner's going to go out to turn this into counter pressure, so my opponent is now forced to defend. This lets me refocus and rebuild my mana to catch with the knight. This means the princess still needs an arrows, and now the arrows have been used, I can support with the whole force. Putting down the princess, putting down the knight, getting some poison damage. My opponent's defense is not stacked up in the correct order. That Inferno is going to get targeted by my tower first, and the bats will distract it. The log kills the goblins at the back while I have a sneaky miner at the top. Princess is going to lock on, and the poison is going to make sure that that miner goes down. See, this was just a game of counting outs. It's simple. Your opponent has an 8-card deck. Sculpt your plan. Know how they're going to try and attack you, and attack them back. I'm going to also start streaming this game, and it's not just going to be analysis. We're going to be having fun, and we're going to be showing off the clan, so I might as well show you a little bit of that too. This was my day in war today. I'm going to do this one a little bit faster. but I start my day by looking at some suggested decks and the client talking about it. Then Yule shares a match, and I go down to watch Pirate Men fighting against Odorous Ungarus. Sorry, I can't say your name. Pirate Men shares the deck, and I think, okay, this is the deck. I want to see how it's played. So I watch Pirate Man play. This is the first thing I do. I just put it on 4 times speed, and I watch how the deck works out. The whole point of this deck seems to be turning defense into offense, just like I've been talking about. Catching their units and snowballing a counterattack. It's not that hard to just put things down to distract on your side, and then get a lot more pressure going back on the other side. You save your mana, and you slowly build an advantage. Then you can go in with a balloon attack and learn, okay, they've got an Electro Wiz that's going to stifle this. It's all about adapting your game plan when you finally figure out what their 8 cards are. So now if you notice, we're going back in to distract, to then support a full attack with a Witch and a Gyrocopter. The balloon was a distraction in the end since it was obvious it was never going to hit. Adapt, adapt, adapt. Pirate Men showed me that. I watched Nalvor play and I watched Nalvor crush. Got a little paralyzed in the middle, but that's okay. It happens to the best of us. Then all that's left is for me to go to war. I watch some people, I give some support. I tell everyone what's happening. I'm just going to scroll back up here so you can see. I do once again apologize about the lag. I'll fix that. You'll see. We discuss some things that were happening, some ways to get better. And I say, we got this. Don't worry. GG Nalvor, I'm going in. Dropping some pineapples in the chat because, I don't know, I think it's funny. It always used to be Kappas in the chat with Avoid the 9 to 5. Every streamer has their own thing. Why can't pineapples be mine? Making a YouTube video about this morning. That's this. Here we are. Hope you're all ready. I punted. What? Okay, spoiler alert. I actually didn't do so good at taking my own advice. Don't worry, I'm still learning. That's the thing about Clash Royale. That's the thing about Magic the Gathering is it's hard. But somehow we keep playing and playing and we like it. We like it a lot. I'm going to show you what I wish that I'd done better. We did a pretty good job at the start and I actually thought, okay, that Electro Wiz, he's going to hurt me. Just trying to distract and trying to bait. I got a little confused by the Goblin Gang on the other side of the lake. Alright, here it goes. Inferno Dragon coming in. I tried a sneaky left attack, but man, time didn't work out for me. Only get it to 661. Am I right side? Ugh, please. Here we go. Dropping the Furnace. Losing my tower. Just getting nervous. Starting to stress. I'm not ready to give up yet. I'm sending a balloon and I'm... good game. It was well met. So that's me. That's Dax. I'm a little musical, a little lyrical, a little analytical, and a whole lot Kappa crew. This is my crew, and when we started war, most people have been playing the same decks for a long time. They'd been heading personal bests up in the 5200s with Logbait, the deck that never seems to quit. People like me playing the decks till they die. Number 2 is just something that I never see on the ladder. We got Tornado, we got Ice Wiz, Elite Barb. You know, people in here are just learning their decks. They're playing with unique things and they're mastering it. We're trying to slowly build up free to play over the last couple years, maxing those cards. And we're coming for you. We're coming for you, Surgical Goblin. We're coming for you, everyone on top. Because we were given a free to play game and we were given a lot of time to get better. And a lot of us are Magic the Gathering players and a lot of us aren't, but we're strategic minds. We're people who just want to get better and have a thirst for knowledge. That is a Magic card, but so are so many other ones. See, why can't I be someone who plays both games? This gets my brain sharp for that. That teaches me how to learn for this. It's all about rewiring your mind. Are you ready? This is DaaXCast. This is my shout out to Supercell. You want an analyst? Don't worry, I'm not always lyrical and I don't have to rhyme. I know how to speak, and I think that I'm a prime candidate. You give me a chance, you give me an interview, you give me a cast, you won't regret it. I study, I'm prepared, I've been watching every day. Replays from the top of ladder every day. Testing decks every day that I play. I've been through every meta, through the looking glass. I've analyzed, I've understood. I can speak to past metagames and watch trends as they flow back in. I'm the type of person who knows how to use a Tornado and a Hog offensively, and defensively. See, Tornado Rocket on a tower, when you've done a minimal defense off the front in double elixir, can generate you something like +9 mana. But people aren't using it on top of a tower. It's like they forgot. Just be fast. Pull them back. Aim that rocket in the front and watch them walk to their doom. I got a lot more to say and a lot more to show, but you're not going to get a lot of content for the next little while because I got to work on getting a better computer. I'm moving to Calgary and I'm just making a lot of Magic content. I put it on hold for the past few days to get this video ready and to get trained up to say all of this. And I know it's a bit long-winded of a video, but I want to show you that I can do this on stream. I can do this on cast. I can jump in right now to something I've never seen. I can go pick a random video and watch it. Within a few seconds of looking at the deck list, I know that we're looking at a Hog Musk, a deck that I won in War very recently with. So when the Spear Goblins go down, you can counter 2 for 1, generate an advantage. You just have to be patient with this deck. You can choose a Hog attack, now you know you're up a mana, and watch to see how you support it. Okay, we got a mini P.E.K.K.A. Lock that in the brain. You got the little skeletons that are gonna distract it. Okay, time to react. Drop, get some DPS, different sides so that you don't get hit by some kind of poison or fireball. Use that Ice Golem to distract up to the left and just have a couple seconds of reprieve from the mini P.E.K.K.A. while your Musketeer keeps shooting. Hog can support this. You can back it up by either skeletons or ice spirits, just because you know they're probably gonna swarm. This one didn't fully work, but with the log, you're not worried about any counter pressure. You're lower on mana, but you have skeletons ready to cycle into Ice Golem. You're gonna be able to kite everything you've seen except for Giant. So your only fear right now is Giant, and saving mana will help you. Elixir, sorry. Saving Elixir, I'll learn. That's the thing about it, is you gotta just practice. Having the cannon ready and all of the Elixir lets you handle a Giant. Now the Giant's been placed in the back. The Ice Golem in front is going to distract for 1 or 2 swings from the mini P.E.K.K.A. The Hog connects and almost gets a second hit. That log was brilliant at disrupting that second hit. This was, I think, a little bit ambitious on the left, or it was pre-planned with the Ice Spirits. Now we're going to have to Fireball to make sure that those minions don't interfere with the cannon. I'm going to clear out the Spear Goblins, but I think the log was just, no, it was perfectly placed so that it actually hit the tower on offense as well. So you got to bow down to the good players because they not only react fast, but they do it in a way where if you went 1 hex back, it wouldn't have done any damage to the tower. And who knows, that 200-ish damage could change everything. Defense is ready, overtime is ready. This looks like a good time to strike with a Hog because the Giant was at the back. Why that's good is because the mini P.E.K.K.A. will likely either be put in front or will be too slow, as you notice right now, and the Hog gets a hit in. There's a bit of mana leaking at the bottom, and what I mean by that is elixir wasting, and now we got a 2 Giant attack. This is going to be very hard since I said earlier the big vulnerability for this deck is the Giant. It was a great distract on the right with the skeletons, while a Fireball clears out most of the left. The Musketeer is going to take down this Giant, and we're still leading in damage. We'll just have to soak about 1,000. We're going to put the Hog in the back to allow for the catch of the Golem in the front. The Golem's going to explode, and that log might... Okay, we almost distracted the mini P.E.K.K.A. onto the 3 skeletons. If they were placed a half second earlier, that probably would have been a 2 or 3 swipe. The mini P.E.K.K.A. is not a big concern. The Ice Golem could have been played, I think, a little bit further back. You might have been able to give up a hit right there. But that's okay, because the Hog is coming right back out, supported by a log. It's going to get 1 swing. Fireball is going to help it. And now we're looking down to 1 swing of a Hog, 1 Fireball to end the game. I didn't know who'd win when I looked at this game, but I knew this deck better, so that's why I'm analyzing from the perspective of the Hog player. So these minions are going to get chewed up, and the skeletons are going to distract the mini P.E.K.K.A. That was a great positioning because it was able to dodge log and also able to take the mini P.E.K.K.A. up and around, meaning he'll have to walk back around the Giant on the other side. Here comes in that final attack, that Hog attack, and we got a Fireball for the win. Can I get some pineapples in the chat? So my name's DaaXCast, and this is what I'm bringing to Clash Royale. So the bad computer, a bad frame rate, and not a ton of prep. I've just been practicing. What you talking about practice? Oh, you want to hit me up? I'll play for your team. I'm getting good. I'm about to go start attacking grand challenges. It's new territory. Got a deck to learn, and I've been making some mistakes. Why not take you into some live play right now to end this video? Not that good yet in Grand Challenges, and I've been playing my deck just to warm up. Yesterday I was in a Grand Challenge not using my deck. I was using one of the top meta decks that I saw from the Chinese League. Shout out Clash with Ash for letting me see it. Okay, so we're against a Tornado here. That minor placement of mine was bad. My opponent could have tornadoed it. I should have done an anti-position, which I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to get this Inferno Tower down. I'm going to expect something to be played up at the bridge here. So I've got my Ice Spirits ready. I've also got my Princess ready, but I'm going to switch it to my Knight if this person doesn't support the Golem. Doesn't look like they're supporting the Golem yet, so Knight can come down. Perfect. That's going to catch the Royal Ghost. There goes a poison. So we want to try and lock this Golem, and I got it. Okay, good. Now we're going to get a little bit of pressure going at the top just to distract our opponent. And now the poison's gone. We'll get the bats down. Okay, our miner got tornadoed. We missed the spot again, even talking about it, but that's okay. I'm pretty new to tournament level, and I'm definitely new to playing against a lot of these decks, since my defenses work a lot different on my full max deck. Well, no, it's not fully max, but on my in-game deck. Okay, so this attack is going to get stifled, and I just have to reset and wait with my mana. I'm going to put the miner down just to grab that ghost, and that's going to be able to walk on over to support this princess. As long as it gets in front, perfect. Princess is safe. She's going to get 2 or 3 shots off. That's all she needs. So I'm just waiting and saving my mana. Maybe I'm going to get a log queued up just in case. No. Okay, here comes the Inferno Tower. We know that poison is probably going to come in, but that's okay because we can log, get rid of all of this, and get those bats down earlier at the top this time. There goes the zap. We still got the Knight. Going to be able to do a lot of soaking right here, and we're going to go for a miner in the front. We're going to play the Ice Spirit just to get that Royal Ghost annoyed for a second. We drop another Knight. I'm thinking that we're going to be losing this tower. We might be okay. Okay, this time I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive with my Inferno Tower and try to catch them off guard. Not ready with the poison and the zap. Going to support it with bats, distract over to the side. And there goes the zap. Now that this is done, I'll be able to send a miner to distract the Executioner. The Knight in front. Perfect. You can go that side, I'm not worried about it. They might have a secret rocket, but we're just going to apply a little bit more pressure with some spells. Hopefully catching some value on this poison as we try to go into our last cycle. We're going to go for the miner aggressively, and we're going to try and cycle back into our spells. This is a little bit of a Kamehameha at the end. If we can get this poison off, GG. And this is what it comes down to. Can we distract with the bats? Yes, distraction. Oh! Played pretty bad at the early game. Think we played well at the end of the game. Not used to talking while we play. I'm DaaXCast. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to cast. I create content, and I want to have fun. Thanks for watching.